I didn't charge it. I was going to charge it, but it was full. That was on the way to Oslo. Hi, and welcome to another Geoguessr play-along video. So I've just come back from a 2-week holiday where I went to the UK. Even though I live in Bergen, I decided to fly from Oslo. So we drove over the mountain from Bergen to Oslo, also to visit some family who live in the area there, and drove back after we flew back from the UK yesterday. And I have mentioned in previous videos that we do have an electric car. It's a Nissan Leaf. So I decided to create a map of the charging points where I charge the car on the way to Oslo and on the way back. So I'm going to play this as a play along. I am expecting that I get a 25k score, but I'll talk a little bit about each location and if there's anything interesting there. So what I have done, I've added all the places where I charged and also a couple of places where I was going to charge, but there was a massive queue, so I just went on to the next location. So there will be a link in the description where you can play along. So before each round, I would suggest you pause the video if you want to play along. Right, let's go. So first round. So this place is somewhere I charged today. That was the last place I charged. And it was also the first place I charged. So this is the only location where we charged twice, and I think we charged on this. It was either that one or that one, and we charged and used the same charger both times. I go in here. So this is in Voss, and the charging points are here. So I see 9 meters, perfect score as I expected, or 10 meters even. Okay, on to the next one. As always, pause the video if you like to play along. So this location here is we charged down here, and this was an overnight charging location. So we stayed at this hotel. I think our hotel room was there, maybe. One of those two here, I think. And I had expected that the car would be fully charged overnight, but it was a very slow charger, so it was only charged up to about 60% odd. Hence why I had to charge at Voss on the way home. Otherwise, I would have been able to get home without having to charge again. So this one is in Yalo. So we stayed at the Highland Lodge. So that's the charging station there. So 3 meters and perfect score. Okay, so again, pause the video if you're playing along. This is one of the two locations where we didn't charge. I think there's only one charging point there. There's only one on the photo. There might have been two when we went to charge, but they were all taken. Also on Google Maps, it did say that there was a charging point in here, but we couldn't find it. So we went on to the next charging point. I think I might have driven past a couple before we finally charged. In any case, this one is outside Oslo, so that was supposed to be our first charging point when leaving Oslo, and it's in Circle K, Sandvika. So 1 meter, perfect score again. Okay, and this one, again, pause the video if you're playing along. This is where we ended up charging after the previous location. It's a fair bit away from where we're going to charge. I think we stopped there for a while because the car was down to, I think, around 17%. Also charged it up to 92%, so we didn't have to charge before we went to, or before we arrived at Geoguessr. Also had a few, I think we had a few buns from here, I think, or some other food. Can't remember exactly what I had, but there was some good food here. And this is in a place called, I think it's that charging station there. I'll look around as well. There's another charging station, and they're also all taken, and I can't charge there anyway. So I was lucky that people hadn't moved over to the one that I wanted to charge at. Although there are charging stations on the other side of the road as well. There's another garage here with charging stations, so there's plenty of choice in this location. Right, so another perfect score as expected from this. I mean, there are not a lot of locations. And then finally, again, pause the video. I didn't charge it. I was going to charge it, but it was full. That was on the way to Oslo. This is in a place called Aid Fuel. I've charged here a few times before, and usually because if you drive over the Hardangervidda plateau, the highest point around here, Djurnut, I think that's around 1,200 meters above sea level, and this is Eifjord is down at sea level. So the charging station is here. When we eventually decided to not wait, we ended up charging Mauset, which is probably about 700-800 meters above sea level. I think it is, at least. We had to queue for a while. Let's see, the charging point is here, because I can't use the Tesla chargers, so I had to use this one, and all the charging points that I could use were taken. But anyway, what I was going to say about Aid Fuel is that because it's quite a big climb here, to get up to the next charging point after Mauset, which is Geoguessr, probably need to have about 60-70% battery. But luckily I had enough from the first charge at Voss to be able to get to Mauset without any problems. So 6 meters and another perfect score as expected. As I said, I think there are only 9 locations in this map. The other locations are, I did point them out. Mauset is one where charged, and then also charged at Brumma on the way to Oslo, and then a charge at Vestby on the day out. And the final place I charged, which I just realized, is Bøler, which is here, Circle K. Anyway, as always, if you like these videos and would like to see some more, please consider subscribing to the channel, also hitting the like button and leaving a comment. And I shall see you again at some point for another player along video. Bye for now.